Welcome everyone yet to another exciting football game here in Hazlitt Stadium. Tonight your Vikings will host the Hornets of Williamston. I'm Andy Hartman, along with me is Dominic Pecora. And Dom, tonight Vikings got a little bit of a test here, coming off a great win last week at Perry, but this should be a different game.
Well, like expected, the Vikings went into Perry and dominated last Friday with a convincing 53-0 victory. And kind of opposite situations, opposite sides of the spectrum, Andy, as the Vikings come in 3-0 off a big win in Perry. Williamston, on the other hand, had 3 games at home to start the season, lost to Olivet, Mount Morris, and last week 44-19 to DeWitt. So their season has started off a little rocky. They're a young team. They want to come in tonight, establish some good offense early, maybe keep the Vikings defense on the field, get them tired. That's all they can really hope for as they're looking for their first victory of the season.
Something that I'm going to have to agree with you there on that is they're going to have to be able to contain the Viking offense. But when you have strong backs like Dave Feedawalk and Chris Hunt and others that are going to contribute in the backfield, how can they key in on these players so they can control them, Dom?
Well, what they're going to try to do, Andy, is what the defense usually tries to do for the Vikings. They're just going to try to keep them honest, maybe make Conrad Bird work out of the pocket, get the ball out of the hands of Brent McIntosh, out of Chris Hunt, and maybe they can make a big play on defense, get some points on the board early, and get the Vikings out of the game and get the crowd out of the game.
Should be a very exciting game here tonight, Dom. As we see, the Hazlitt Viking band is getting set here to give us a little tribute here. I'm sure all of you are aware of the tragedy that struck the World Trade Center here in New York and in Washington on Tuesday, and it's just a very sad thing for this country to experience. So tonight we're going to have a little bit of a little tribute, I guess you could say, Dom.
Yeah, it's been a very sad week, Andy, across the nation. NFL has canceled games for this week, and all major sports have followed suit as just an unspeakable occurrence in 3 places this week. It just left this country in awe, and this game is being played in tribute to all the people who lost their lives, and hopefully everything will go okay, and maybe we'll find some more people alive in the wreckage.
Should be a good one tonight. Tonight on TV 25, the Vikings and the Hornets of Williamston, as now we're going to leave you with the band.
Ladies and gentlemen, please stand and join hands as we take a moment to reflect and perhaps pray for all those involved and affected by the tragedy that occurred this past Tuesday. Please feel free to sing as our band performs America the Beautiful. Ladies and gentlemen, our national anthem. A big thank you to Tim McCaffrey.
Welcome, everyone, to tonight's game as we're getting set for the kickoff here. As number 3 for Williamston is going to be back there to return it, Casey Hulleberger, and he's brought down by a host of Vikings. Once again, I'd like to remind everyone that tonight's game is between the Hazlet Vikings and the Hornets of Williamston here at Viking Stadium.
Number 52, Brandon Zoch there with a kickoff.
First and 10 here for the Hornets. Looking to throw, brought down in the backfield there is number 7, Joe Austin with the tackle there. Excellent tackle there, Dom.
Joe Austin getting in the backfield. Going to bring up a 2nd and 19 on the big loss. We apologize for some technical difficulties we're having right now. Everything seems to be going well. As the Hornets now have a 2nd and 19, Andy, from their own 15.
Ooh, excellent run there by number 5 for the Hornets.
That's the concentration of the Hornets offense, Andy, as Nathan Schaefer, the sophomore, cuts it outside, picks up more than the yardage they lost here. I believe that's going to be a 3rd and 2. And a pickup of 17 by Schaefer.
Excellent run there by Schaefer, Dom. Be about 3rd and 2 here on the 33-yard line. Hornets trying to establish the run game here, so maybe they can open it up a little bit later, Dom.
Hornets have Dan Kangas, the senior, as their quarterback. See if we'll go to the air here on 3rd down.
Hand it off there. Met right at the line. Hands it off to number 5, Schaefer again there, Dom. But he is met right at the line. No gain right there. Even pushed back for a huge loss.
Chased by Farrick. Stuffing him on 4th down. It's going to bring up 4th down, and now the Hornets will have to punt.
Number 9 for the Vikings, Chris Ruchis is back deep to return. Excellent defensive series there for the Vikings, Dom.
3 and out's the way to go here early on. The Vikings now will look to go on offense here, where they've been explosive all season long. Remember back to the first game of the year when Chris Ruchis had some big punt returns, set up the Viking offense.
Nice return there. He's down on his knees, and that's where they're going to call it down right there, right where he caught it, where his knees hit. But still, not a bad start right there for the Vikings on the 40-yard line.
It's going to end up being good field position. Tough break for Ruchis as he fell to his knees there, leaning in for the ball. Nevertheless, 1st and 10 for the Vikings at their own 38.5.
So now we get to see exactly the very strong point of the Viking team here is their offensive side of the ball, Dom. 1st and 10 here on the 38-yard line. Conrad Bird pitch out there to number 8, Fedewa. May have gotten a yard there. I don't know about that. I think he may have just gotten back to the line of scrimmage on that one, Dom.
Williamston bottled up the Vikings there pretty well as Fedewa tried to break it to the outside. Maybe a yard, as you said. 2nd and long now.
Vikings come to the line here. They got number 32, Brent McIntosh in the backfield, number 5, Chris Hunt, and number 8, Fedewa in the backfield. There's going to be a handoff there. Looks like to Fedewa, who Oh, actually, yes, it was to Fidowa. Might as well keep with your guy who's had the hot hands. The last two games, Fidowa has had explosive runs, but right now he's being really well contained by the defense from Williamston, Dom.
Fidowa's been one of the surprise running backs for the Vikings this year. They've gotten a couple of big games out of him. 2 early runs here go for about 1.5 yards. Williamston seems to be king on him a bit. Bring up 3rd and long. You're going to see Bird go to the air here, I believe.
Conrad back into the throw. He's got time. Rushed a little, but he gets it off to... Oh, the hit late out of bounds. They're not going to call it, but I think Hamilton had enough for the first down there, Dom.
Close to being a flag there as he was hitting out of bounds, but yes, I believe he did get the first down.
That'll move the chains now. 1st and 10 for the Vikings. Nice little route there ran by number 6, Hamilton. First and 10 on the 48-yard line here. Vikings driving, trying to get into Williamston territory here. Bird's going to hand it off there to number 32, Brent McIntosh. Nice little run there for about 3 or 4 yards. Bring up 2nd and about 6. I like the mix-up right now, Dom. Attacking with different backs, I like that.
McIntosh is going to get you a lot north and south as he is a power runner and does have the speed to break away, so that's all you can ask for on 1st down, 4 yards here. 2nd and 6.
Williamston here switching their defensive scheme around a little bit. It's going to be a handoff there to McIntosh again. He's got a lead blocker out there, Fidowa. Almost got the corner, still got another good run there by this powerful junior.
Depending on the spot, Andy, it's going to be 3rd and 4 or 3rd and a long 3. Now here with medium yardage needed, you might see the Vikings go to play action or maybe Bird on the keeper. They are in Williamston territory. This could be considered 4 down, so let's see what they have in store.
Conrad's going to hand it off there. Looks like it was the number 8, Dave Fidowa. He's breaking some tackles, still on his feet. Excellent run there, brought down about the 25, 26-yard line. Excellent run there by Fidowa.
Great persistence on the part of Fidowa as he kept churning and got the first down. It's going to be 1st and 10 for the Vikings at the 26. Fidowa broke away there and created some more yardage.
1st and 10 on the 26 here with about 7:24 here to go on in the first quarter. Lots of time left.
We're going to look at the replay there of the Fidowa first down run. Up the gut. He was met originally by number 79 for Williamston. Brad Van Sickler broke away and got the first down.
Conrad here rolling out to throw. He's got a big blocker coming the other way. Ooh, batted down by number 5, Nathan Schaefer by Williamston.
Number 50, Rocky Hitchcock, was just looking for Bird in the backfield there the whole way. Luckily, Bird got rid of the ball.
Otherwise, he would have been planted.
Number 50 came in unscathed there.
2nd and 10 now here. Vikings here still threatening to put points up on the board. Bird's under center. He's going to roll out here. He's got the ball. He's looking to throw. Lobbing it up in the air. Number 32, Brett McIntosh. Touchdown, Vikings. Excellent play call. Nice rollout by Bird.
What a pass by Conrad Bird, Andy. Found Brett McIntosh in the opening corner of the end zone. 6 points for the Vikings. And characteristically, they score first. They now lead 6-0.
Nice play all around there. A lot of time there to throw for Bird.
Good job on the part of Otluski. That was a fine call there on 2nd down.
And the extra point attempt is going to be taken here. Snaps low. It's up. It's going to get through, though, as number 52, Brandon Zilch, puts it on there.
Zilch taking over a majority of the kicking duties. He's done a fine job as we're going to see the touchdown here. Great job by Derek Spengler on the slow motion, on the fake. Bird rolling out, taking his time, lets it fly, and all by himself in the end zone. Brent McIntosh. Great play by Hazlitt.
That'll give them an early 7-0 lead, and so far the Vikings have scored first in every game they've played so far, and that has just continued to build more and more momentum for them later in the game.
The last 4 years, that has been a trademark of Otluski's teams. Likes to get the lead early and hold it, as you see him giving instruction to Chris Hunt there and J.P. Hilker. Sorry, that was Dave Fedewa, rather.
My favorite. So we get set here. Zilch for the kickoff here. I've noticed I'm going to reiterate what you said earlier, Dom, that he has taken care of most of the kicking duties now. It used to be Chris Hunt would do most of the kicking duties. Brandon Zilch here is starting to come into his own. He's doing a fine job here as kickers. There's number 21 there, Nick Troshik for the Hornets, trying to get outside, trying to bounce out. Oh! Brought down, though, in the back. Looked like by number 56 for the Vikings, Devin Footer.
Nice job by Foot to contain number 21, Nick Troshek, as he had a little opening there. Might have made a big play if not for the saving tackle of Devin Foot. And the Hornets will start out here at their own 19-yard line.
Had a little bit of a bad series last time there, Dom. They got to do something different here to get some momentum going their ways. There's going to be a pitch out there to Schaefer, trying to bounce it outside. Missed tackle. Brought down by a couple Vikings. Didn't get much anything, maybe 2 yards there.
Team's really struggling in the first half of ball games, Andy, to get some first downs and get some offensive momentum started. As you see, Schaefer cuts to the outside there. Was lucky even to get the 2.5 yards. Bring up second and a long 7.
Schaefer was met there first by Steve Davich, along with number 43, Matt Whittet. Excellent pursuit there. Be second in the long 6 here now. There's going to be a timeout taken by Williamston. Needs to talk something over here.
I don't know if this is some offensive strategy by Williamston. Head coach Steve Kirsten might want to have a word with his offense. So looking to get something started here. They trail 7-0 with 6:42 left in the first quarter. As you take a look at the student section faithful.
Bring up here is second and long 6 now. So we'd like to apologize here for some video problems here. Here we go now here, 2nd and 6 on the 22 here for the Hornets. It's going to be a handoff there to number 25 there for the Hornets.
It's Eric LeBlanc, Andy.
Didn't get much of anything on that one, Dom. 3rd and 5 now for the Hornets. Ball on the 23-yard line here, Dom.
Let's see if Coach Steve Kirshner will want to let Dan Kangas air out the ball a little bit here. He has one man split out, Andy.
He's going to roll back here to throw. He's going to be always being chased down here by the Vikings. Sacked in the backfield there by number 1, Tom Livermore.
Kangas had his opportunity, Andy. He had his teammate there, number 1, Tim Kirby, streaking out. Couldn't get the ball when he had his opening. And after that, it was all she wrote as the Vikings defense comes through again with the big play on 3rd down. And now Chris Ruchis is deep back to accept the punt.
4th and 12 here now on the 16-yard line. As number 9, Chris Ruchis is back there in the backfield to return this punt. Nice punt there. Going to be met around the 50-yard line. Ruchis has got a nice block there by Chris Hunt. Looking for some daylight. Finally brought down. Excellent return there by Ruchis.
Chris Ruchis continues to set up great field position for the Viking offense, as they'll now start at the 32-yard line of Williamston. Another big special teams play on the part of Ruchis.
Excellent return there, Dom. Be 1st and 10 on the 32-yard line here. Vikings threatening here to put up another touchdown, Dom, and it's just been characteristic game after game here that once they get one, they're hungry for more, and they keep putting them up. Vikings come here to the line here. Trying to draw Williamston off sides with the hard count. Handoff there to number 32, Brett McIntosh. Bowls over a defender, and I think he's close to the first down there, Dom.
McIntosh straight ahead, Andy. Gets a first down, or close to it if not. So another big first down play by the Viking running back. Now
They're going to
gives
give
him
it
some
to him.
options.
They're going to give it to him on the nice spot there from the refs, so that'll be a first down here. Moving the chains. This will be a 1st and 10 here for the Vikings on about the 21-yard line. Burt hands it off of there again. You might as well stick with your bread and butter again to McIntosh. He fights for 5 yards.
McIntosh now single-handedly put the Vikings deep into Williamston territory. It's going to set up a 2nd and 4.
We're down to about 4 minutes and 20 seconds here to go in the first quarter. Hazlitt on top, 7-0 over the visitors from Williamston.
Chris Ruchis coming out of the game now.
And so far, Dom, Williamston has not been able to get anything started. Offensively, they're being chased down. They got no time to throw. Their backs are getting a yard, 2 yards a carry, which they can't do to get wins here. There's going to be a nice little slant there to number 5, Chris Hunt. He may have fought for a yard and a half.
Williamston had that screen pass bottled up pretty well, Andy. As Hunt, with a couple of moves, gets a couple more. It's going to bring up 3rd and a short 3.
If I was Otluski here, I would just continue to pound the ball away with McIntosh. So far, they have not been able to find an answer for him yet.
Not sure what Brandon Zilch's range here, but you're looking at about a 32-yarder as of right now.
They're going to give it there to number 5, Chris Hunt. Makes a couple nice moves. He's got it. Touchdown. Excellent moves there by Chris Hunt.
What an incredible run by Hunt with some Barry Sanders-esque moves. Cuts it back in. Memories of Peter Ehrig as Hunt scores and leaps over the goal line. 6 points for the Vikings.
Excellent run there by Chris Hunt, Dom. Zilch gets here set for the extra point attempt. So far, made his first one tonight pretty easily. Doing a fine job taking over the kicking duties.
Zilch is looking solid. Seems to be really comfortable in this role.
Zilch gets the kick up, and it splits the uprights. Hazlitt jumps on top here to a 14-0 lead here early in the first quarter. So far, Dom, it's been all Vikings. And it's been characteristic the last few games that have been played here at home that we've done, especially.
Yeah, as we look at the replay here with Chris Hunt, you're going to see a few cutbacks here. There's the first, the big one, bounces off a tackle, and then the final plunge toward the end zone, touchdown Vikings.
Excellent run there. Make sure he broke the plane before he went down too. And that's something a lot of young kids don't necessarily do too well, but Chris Hunt showed a lot of poise right there and was able to break the plane. As the Hornets get set here to receive the kick, number 21, Nick Troshik, and number 5, Nathan Schaefer are back deep to return here for the Hornets. As Zilch gets set here to kick off. Zilch is kind of more of a line drive kicker there, Dom, I've noticed.
This is exactly what Coach Otluski wants, Sandy. Getting the lead early. Now he's going to put the pressure on Williamston, trying to pin him back deep here.
There's a little squib kick there. The ball is fumbled. He can't find the ball. Almost got on top of it there. Was sprinting in was number 50, Jacob Howell. almost a costly turnover there for the Hornets.
Very close to being another big play for the Viking special teams. Luckily for Williamston, they recovered. Now they're going to start 1st and 10 as they now trail by 2 touchdowns. And this is the area we're talking about, Andy. This is where Williamston needs to drive down, make something happen. If not score, get a long drive, get the Viking defense tired. Because when you keep going with these three and outs, it's going to be 35-0 at halftime, and then look where you're at. So this is make or break for the Hornets.
The pitch out to Schaefer. He's got no blocking. He is brought down by a host of Vikings. Schaefer got nothing on that run there, Dom.
Schaefer's not getting too much accomplished with this east-west running. His Viking defense has been equal to the task every time.
Be a 2nd and 10 here. I don't think he got any gain. Maybe just got up to the line of scrimmage on that run. Dan Kangas is the quarterback here for Williamston, looking over the line. Gonna hand it off there. It looks like, oh, he's gonna keep it on the keep out. Some positive yards there finally there for the Hornets.
Fine keeper on the part of Kangas. Got his team some substantial yardage there on 2nd down. Now the Hornets have an opportunity here. It's going to be about 3rd and 4. 6-yard pickup for Kangas.
May have caught the Viking defense a little bit off guard there. Not.
You got to wonder if his teammates might call him Kangas Khan, but they also might not.
I'm going to probably say no. Oh, the good old days with the jokes. 3rd and 3 here for Kangas. There's a flag thrown in the backfield as Schaefer is going to sprint and get the 1st down, but there's a flag thrown in the backfield.
Might see the Vikings might have jumped off sides there, Andy. Remains to be seen.
If that's the case, that's going to be they'll probably decline that penalty. Oh, it's going to be on Williamston here.
I think they got him for an illegal shift or motion.
That's going to back them up there. It's going to be, it looks like, an illegal formation on the Hornets. Is that what we're getting here?
Tough break for Williamston.
They'll back them up 5 yards. It's going to be a 3rd and a long 8 here so far. Williamston, have they converted on a 3rd down opportunity yet?
They have not even converted a 1st down yet. As they did there, but a silly penalty, and it's all for naught.
3rd and 8 on the 24 here. Kangas is going to look to throw here. He's got time. Gives it to number 83, Mark Joy, the tight end. Excuse me on that. That's number 82, Josh Heinrichs, 200-pound, 6'2" junior. So he's a big boy to throw to, Dom.
Heinrichs got inside the Vikings defensive backs there, Andy. Was able to get a 1st down. And that's what Williamston needs, is they're now just short of their own 40-yard line and their first down of the night. So we're closing to the final minute of the 1st quarter.
That's all they need to start with, Dom, is a little momentum. Now let's see if they can build off that and maybe try to catch the Vikings here off guard. 1st and 10 on the 40. We're down to a minute left. A little lob pass there, picked off by number 21.
Flags everywhere, Andy.
There's flags thrown everywhere, though, and I've got a feeling it's going to be on the Vikings.
Little extra stuff going on there with Hamilton and Heinrichs after the play, but those flags were early on, right after the interception. I don't know if you're going to see interference. Let's wait and see what the refs say.
I have a feeling, I see the offense still out there in the field. I think it's going to be pass interference on the defense, so that should negate that interception. That'll be a 15-yard penalty, automatic 1st down.
That almost looked too good to be true, as Matt Harney had time to say, there's a football, I'm going to intercept it.
Big break there.
I don't know if we can get a replay on that, but someone from Williamston must have been held up.
Huge gain there for the Hornets on that call there, Dom. 1st and 10 now on the 45-yard line.
Apparently Mr. Town could not find a replay as Williamston will continue here.
There's a handoff there to Schaefer. Maybe a yard and a half on that run. Still, can't get anything done between the tackles, and that's where they need to establish a run game.
Now the Vikings here, all in their territory, now to the 44-yard line, is going to be 2nd and 8.
As little number 25 Eric LeBlanc, 5'6", 150 pounds for the Hornets, checks in.
One of the big boys.
One of the big boys. I think he's a speed demon. He's split out right. He's going to be a lead blocker there trying for Schaefer, and he is not going anywhere. Schaefer is going to be mugged in the backfield.
You saw number 25, Eric LeBlanc, was just knocked into a new zip code, and a late flag here. He might see some extracurriculars after the play. It might be unsportsmanlike against Hazlitt. Let's see here.
And that's what it's going to be there, Dom. Another stupid penalty.
As we're going to see a replay here of the play before the pass interference penalty. Oh, I don't know if they're going to call Whitted there. Possibly could have passed for interference. Shaky call, could have gone either way, but worked out well for Williamston. And now another penalty to the Vikings as the refs are conferring with Coach Otluski and Rob Porritt.
We're down here to 4 seconds here to go in the first quarter, and the nice applause of some word was chanted from the student section. Man, to be that young again. Let me tell you. Anyways, that's going to be a huge game there for the Hornets, regardless of what happens here. As the referees sort it out here, and they're going to move it all the way up to, looks like, the Vikings' 33-yard line. What a huge, huge leap there for the Hornets. But looks like there's going to be, that'll do it for the end of the first quarter here. So far it's been all Vikings, except for the couple cheap penalties that have been taken. Right now, though, it's 14-0. Vikings on top. So far, Williamston still can't get anything going except for those penalties now.
Vikings penalties have led to a majority of the Williamston offense, but take it whatever way you can get it against this Hazlitt defense. They are very stingy.
They need to definitely do something here in order to get the ball moving and find something. You know, they're just not getting anything really going.
I think they should put number 25, Eric LeBlanc, in the game. That kid's got a whole bundle of talent.
He can do it. No?
That's going to bring us to the end of the first quarter, Andy. A solid one on the part of the Vikings as they lead 14-0. Ball will switch ends of the field.
Viking fans trying to get into this. They want to keep this Williamston team pinned down. There's a shot of the student section, rooting them on. There's going to be a pass there by Genghis Khan trying to roll out, and he's going to maybe get a couple yards. Sorry, I had to use it. I had to use it one time.
He's got a couple yards there, and he looked kind of indecisive in his own backfield. Rumbled forward for a couple of yards. You see the look of a warrior on Eric Wollenberg.
Always intense.
I'm guessing he doesn't sing soprano.
You have guessed correctly, sir.
One tough dude.
Airing it out here. He's looking for number 1. Tim Kirby tipped up in the air, though. Excellent coverage there.
Great coverage there for the Vikings as Kirby had a better shot after the ball was tipped. Good call by Williamston, airing it out there, looking for the big play. However, now brings up a 3rd and 9.
They definitely need to do something here, Dom. Nothing is going really right now for the Williamston Hornets. There's going to be a whistle, a stop and play. I wonder what the call is here as Coach Port's coming out in the field. There's going to be a timeout taken by the Vikings. I wonder if this is something that Port doesn't like what he sees or wants to talk things through. So there'll be a timeout here with about 11:13 to go here in the first half. Vikings lead 14-0. And Dom, so far still, I can't reiterate it, that the Vikings are just still dominating on both sides of the ball.
I'm not sure what the range is, Andy, of Isaac Miller for the Hornets. I'm guessing he probably doesn't have 50-yard range, is what he's looking at now. You might see Williamston try a short play to set him up better or go for the first down and continue the drive.
If this kid has a 50-yard range, then why is he playing high school ball and not in pros?
Well, because I think you might have to graduate high school before you go to the pros, Andy, but just a guess.
Shaq didn't. 3rd and 9 here. Looking to throw, has no one to throw to. Reaches up and almost picked off there by number 21, Matt Harney.
Harney and Whittet looked like they took out each other. Got their legs caught up there as Harney was leaping for an interception. He already had one interception taken away via penalty tonight. And now 4th down for Williamston. You might see them go for it here.
Looks like that's what the case is going to be here, Don.
Well,
maybe airing it out a little bit.
Why not? When are you going to get this deep in Vikings territory this early? 4th and 9. Go for it.
Les looks like what they're going to try to do. Steps up and throws deep. Knocked down again by 21, Matt Harney, and that's going to be a turnover on downs. Excellent defense on that whole series by the Vikings.
Good play by Harney to recognize that it was 4th down, and intercepting that ball would have been worse for his team.
The Vikings will take over here 1st and 10 on their own 32-yard line. Probably something they did not want to happen so soon after that nice, impressive little drive they had going there. Regardless, the Vikings will now take over.
Conrad Bird, the senior star, under center again.
It's going to be a handoff there. Looked like the number 8, Dave Fedewa, and he hides the ball so well sometimes you can't even tell if the kid has the ball until he's halfway down the field. Excellent run there, gain of about 3. Second and about 7 here with about 10:34 to go in the first half of play. Vikings on top, 14-0. Conrad Burrs here is under center. He's going to keep it and roll out. Nice little stutter step there. 2 of them right there. Evades a 3rd, and I think he got that first down, Dom.
Pretty close, Andy, if he didn't. Fine play there by the Vikings. I think
it's going to be real close.
Yeah, he might be about 1.5 yards short, Andy. 3rd and maybe a short 2, 1.5.
3rd and a short 2 here now.
Coach Lucy just got to lick his chops because he has so many options here for these 3rd and short situations.
It must be nice to have that many options there. They're going to give it off there to McIntosh, and he's just going to bowl through people, which he usually does, and that's going to be another first down.
You got to think on short yardage, Brent McIntosh is going to be money. As you're going to take a look at the nice keeper on the part of Conrad Bird. Brilliant cut back there, moving to the outside. Wow, that is pretty to watch, I got to tell you. Conrad Bird has been a man possessed this year. Good job of Brian Town to get us that replay this time.
Yay, Brian. 1st and 10 for the Vikings. Nice run there by Fedewa, and they weren't keying in on him that time, and he made him pay for it, Dom. It's going to be close to another Viking first down.
All Dave Fedewa is doing is impressing Coach Otluski more and more as he picks up another first down on a first down carry.
Now that's nice to have. Having your backs get 10-yard runs every time they touch the ball about, that has got to be something Coach Otluski just really loves to see.
Everyone's got something. McIntosh has got the power, Fedewa's got the speed, and Hunt's got the move, so great package there in the backfield.
As he's going to hand it off again there to number 8, Dave Fedewa, may have gotten a yard or two. This time they were ready for it. It's going to bring up a second and probably about 8.
I don't know what kind of offensive package the Vikings are going to use here, but it is 2nd and 7, so might go to the air.
Bird's going to hand it off there to number 5, Chris Hunt. Look at that accelerating burst of speed right up the middle. Another Viking first down. Haven't seen too much of Chris Hunt tonight, but when he's gotten the ball, he's been very effective.
Well, the touchdown run, and now that with a burst of speed, cuts it up. It's 1st and 10 now, the 22-yard line in Williamston, as the Vikings are moving the ball slowly but surely.
Probably want to establish 1, possibly 2 more scores to try to put this Williamston team away early.
We're going to take a look at the replay of the Hunt run. See, fires right up the middle, eludes a couple defenders before finally being brought down at the 22.
Ooh.
Chris Hunt with a nice reception and run after catch before he was belted by a Williamston player. I believe that was number 5 for the Hornets, Nathan Schaefer.
That was pretty close of not hitting him late, too.
Yeah.
It'll be about 2nd and 2, 2nd and 3 now on the 14-yard line. Vikings still pushing to score here. Shot of the band getting into it a little bit. They might as well. Bird is getting ready here to throw. He's got time. Lobs it up. Oh! They give it to him. They give it to him. Excellent catch there. One-handed by Hamilton. Touchdown Vikings.
Nick Hamilton with an unbelievable catch. How did he get that?
That was just unbelievable. Great concentration there. The one-handed reel and grab there by Hamilton. And right now, they jump out to a 20-0 lead.
Conrad Bird set that play up, throwing it high for his tall tight end. As he jumped up, tipped the ball back into his possession. What a play. That is fantastic. Does not get any better than that.
As Zilch gets set here for the extra point attempt. Kick is up. And it's good.
We're going to look at the replay here, Andy, of the phenomenal touchdown for the Vikings. You see the original fake to Hunt. Conrad steps back to pass. He's airing it out all the way. Great slow motion work by Town. One hand, juggle, catch, touchdown, Hazlitt.
Excellent. And I like how Conrad is that type of quarterback that once he's back in the pocket, he will step forward to make his pass. He won't dance around there.
I know that guy.
Oh, man, and unfortunately, I do too. Look at that. Are you kidding me? I think you should change that name to from Big Time to something I probably can't say on air. So
big future in the booth for Tom Short.
He could have our jobs one day.
Very soon if we're not careful.
That's very true.
I got time to work.
So now we're jumping up here to a 21-0 Viking lead with about 7:38 here to go in the first half. All Vikings so far this game. But Williamston can just not get anything started right now. And that is just what is killing them right now. They're just not able to get anything going. And right now, that's why they're down by 3 scores. There's going to be a return taken there by number 3, Casey Hullenberger, and he's gotten dropped.
It's going to be 1st and 10 for the Hornets now.
I'm very impressed here with the old toe ball kicker, Brandon Zilch, so far. He's done a very good job tonight, keeping the kicks away from the Williamston defenders, making his field goals. He's just doing a great job filling in so far. First and 10 here for the Hornets, and finally, there's a huge run. It looks like there might be a fumble on the ground.
That ball looked like it was coming out of Mike Rice's hands. The fullback.
And they're going to give it to the Vikings, a costly turnover.
After the initial 2-3 yards, Mike Rice never had possession of that ball, Andy. You knew that was coming loose. I didn't know if he could make it to the ground in time. But the Vikings take over here. Another big play for Williamston.
1st and 10 here now. What a turnaround of events here again for the Vikings. Capitalizing on poor mistakes. Not hanging onto the ball, and so it'll be 1st and 10 here for the Vikings on the 39-yard line. Perhaps going to punch this another one in. As Bird gets set here under center. Nice fake there. Going to hand it off there to number 32, McIntosh. Oh, almost slips outside. He slipped outside there, and he was gone down, but it's going to be close here to a 1st down. It's be about 2nd and 2 here on the 31-yard line. Excellent run there by the part on McIntosh.
McIntosh was close to breaking free, Andy, before he was tripped up. Nevertheless, he did get 8 yards.
Hand off there to number 8, Dave Fedewa, and they were keying in on him that time. I don't think he got that 1st down. It's going to probably bring up a 3rd and short. Right here, right now, I give the ball to McIntosh, who's been blowing up the middle. Just give it to him. Run for the 1st down. 3rd and 1 here. Vikings here looking to punch in another one. Bird coming up here to center. He's got McIntosh, Fedewa, and Hunt in the backfield. Lots of options here. Going to hand it off there to 32. McIntosh breaks a tackle. Another excellent 1st down run there by McIntosh, and that's going to put the Vikings into the red zone of the Hornets here, where they've been very effective so far tonight. Clock is still running here. We're down to 5:55 here in the 1st half.
Brent McIntosh has moved the Vikings into scoring range again in the red zone now. 1st and 10 at the 17 of Williamston, as the Vikings are looking to take a 28-point lead before halftime with 5:30 to go. They have time for a score here and maybe another one.
Oh, tried the double reverser. There's going to be a fumble on the ground.
Oh, he's gone, Andy.
He is gone. There's a flag thrown right there.
Oh,
that's going to get called back.
Oh, that's unfortunate for Williamston. I don't think that was a clip.
I don't think so either, but that is going to be called back there. There's a flag thrown. That was a deliberate clip, too. That is going to be thrown.
Wow.
What a rough break there for the Hornets.
That is just what the doctor ordered for Williamston. A huge play on defense, 7 points the other way, and it's going to go for naught here. But I believe they will still retain possession. If we can, I'd love to see a replay of that, because I really question whether that was a clip or not.
We're gonna see right here, Dom.
We're gonna see the replay right now. As you see, it looked like a reverse. Hunt never really had possession as he was tackled, as the ball was still up between his bicep and shoulder. We're gonna get some slow motion hopefully here. 79 picks it up. Number 3 looks like he was in front.
That's awfully close.
I don't know, coming in from the side, more of a front angle there. I don't think that was a clip, Andy.
Regardless, huge break there for the Vikings, because that was 7 points the other way.
One more time, we'll take a look at it. As you see, number 3 for Williamston coming in, Casey Hulleberger. Close play. I mean, it could have gone either way.
Very close. The big boy was rumbling and stumbling, though, into the end zone. There was no one close to him.
No one was going to keep him out of the end zone.
That was number 79, Brad Van Sickler.
But, hey, the Hornets now do keep the Vikings out of the end zone, and they get the ball back. Not the best of circumstances, but certainly better than what it could have been.
Perhaps maybe be able to try to build on this momentum is number 5, Schaefer, fighting off tacklers.
Oh, you
are kidding me? Schaefer is not going to get touched. He's going to take that to the house. No one is close to him. He looks back. Touchdown. As he stands in the end zone with his hands on his sides.
Total props to Nate Schaefer. Deserves a celebration there. He was cut down for a loss, and there's a Viking down, I believe, on the other side of the field. I can't see from here who it is. Not to get away from that. What a run by Schaefer, as he went 81 yards untouched, making up for the
touchdown that was taken away.
That's going to be 21 Matt Harney getting up slow there for the Vikings. He's going to get up and looks like he's going to run off the field, but huge props there to Schaefer, untouched. He broke, what, about 5 tackles, Dom, and he was gone.
He just came out of nowhere in a blur. You thought he was stopped by a host of Vikings. Gets 81 yards to pay dirt.
And that is the first time we have seen him utilize his speed. He is a very fast kid.
Schaefer's going to have a great career at Williamston. He's only a sophomore now. From talking to Coach Atluski and Port, this kid, I guess, has some good tools, as we saw them there. Big score for Williamston. Now, Andy, we were just talking. Instead of the Vikings leading 28-0, maybe 35-0 at halftime, it's 21-7. We got a ball game now. What's that? Great play for the Hornets.
Kick is going to be up. There's a flag on the play. Oh, that could be roughing the kicker. The kick sails through. Atluski cannot be happy with that if that is the call.
They might have said
that's exactly what that's going to be, roughing the kicker. Right now here, huge turn of events, though. Williamston is up on the board finally, 21-7 with 5 minutes here to go in the first half.
Now, how big is the fumble on the reverse there, Andy?
Huge. That fumble is huge, Dom, because it sprinted Schaefer free. They get the roughing the kicker call, too, so that's going to push Hazlitt even deeper into their own territory.
There's still 5 minutes left in the first half here. Now that Williamston has scored, see if Hazlitt maybe wants to open it up a little bit. Try to put some points on the board to regain the 3-score lead.
So the Vikings will get set here to return it. It's number 5, Chris Hunt is deep, along with Chris Rucius. And looks like number 3, Scott Casby. So a little bit of speed. Back there's the big number 59. Lance Rogers is there to kick it. They're going to give it to Rucius, and they're going to call his knee down.
Oh, tough break for Rucius. Looks like the Vikings were developing into a starburst there. Never materialized as he's called down at the 23-yard line. 1st and 10 for Hazlitt now. Let's see how they come out after the big defensive letdown as Schaefer bolted free for 81 yards. Vikings have been the most resilient team, even on the few occasions when they do give up a score. That was just the second touchdown Hazlitt's given up this season. The other coming to Corunna here in game 2.
1st and 10, though, for the Vikings. They're going to hand it off there to number 8, Dave Fedewa. Excellent run. That's going to be a 1st down here. And you know the Vikings are not going to let that touchdown stand too long before they want to try to put up something else.
Not at all. Dave Fedewa with another 1st down carry, getting the Vikings another 1st down. And Andy, how huge would it be for Williamston to somehow forge this game to halftime, only trailing by 14?
Even if they could cut it to 7, that'd even be huger, because Williamston, I've seen some signs of life now. They have the tools to try to do it. There's going to be a run there by 32, Brent McIntosh, maybe for about 4 yards.
And what I'd also like to know is, how long has huger been a word?
Huger? Did I say huger?
As opposed to more huge.
Oh.
2nd down here for Hazlitt.
That's why I go to Michigan State, right? Beautiful. 2nd and 7 here. I like that word. It is a word, man. I'm telling you.
I believe you.
Looks like we got a little bit of a equipment problem there on McIntosh. They're going to shrug him off there. There's going to be a flag thrown.
What is this, delay of game?
Delay of game. Now, I thought there was no clock, so how can you have a delay of game in high school football? That's different.
I think the refs do have it on their watch, Andy, but nevertheless, it looked like there was some confusion for the Vikings offense as well as the Williamston defense. No one really seemed to know what was going on there. But out of all of it, you're going to get a 5-yard loss for the Vikings.
Well, there was
2nd and 12.
You know, Dom, there's an equipment problem there. You know, when the referees stopped the clock there for an equipment problem, they just kind of looked at each other and had blank stares on their face. And nonetheless, that's going to be a 5-yard penalty here. We got 2nd and 12 coming up. Keep out there. It looks like a nice little quick pitch there by Hunt.
Fine block there by number 79 for the Vikings, Dave McManaman. cleared room for a few extra yards for Hunt.
It's going to be about 3rd and 6.
As Hunt gets back the yards they lost on the penalty. 3rd and 6 here. Let's see if Otluski goes to the air with Bird.
I would just pound the ball with McIntosh. But that's me.
Nothing like a little play action here, 3rd and 6.
And look at what we see there. McIntosh pounding the ball, breaking one outside. Oh, he evades a tackle by number 1. McIntosh is taken off, finally brought down there. Excellent run.
I'm the color guy here, pal. Good call, Hartman.
Are you sure about that?
Fine run by McIntosh. Brings it to the outside, nearly went in there. Untouched the whole way.
I believe I already said that. Excellent run there, though, as you were saying.
Not as effective as the play action would have been, but a pretty good play nevertheless. As you're going to take a look at the replay there, the give to McIntosh. As you see him cut through the line. Great block there by number 71 for the Vikings, Eric Wollenberg. Bounces off, another tackle. And the Vikings now pretty close to another score there.
What happened there exactly? The Williamston guys kind of tackled him, half-tackled him, and he just kept moving his feet.
I'm not sure, but the Vikings are inside the 5, I believe.
About the 4-yard line exactly here.
I didn't quite catch you at that last carry. I don't know if it was Fido or McIntosh, but whoever it was got about 12 yards.
Be about 3 minutes here to go in the first half. Vikings are going to try to put another touchdown up here, Dom, and that would be huge.
Oh, they got too many men. I'm pretty sure this is too many men on Williamston.
Now it looks like they got about 12 guys out there.
I saw number 79, Brad Van Sickler, come back in. He originally went to the sideline. Some confusion between him and head coach Steve Kirsten.
And looks like they still got 12 guys out there. Now they got 11. That'll keep the clock running here. We're down to 2 minutes and 50 seconds in the first half. I'd give the ball to Fidoa right here.
I go play action to Hamilton.
Easy, Corso. Not so fast, my friend. It's neither of them. It's going to be to McIntosh there. Touchdown, Vikings. 27-7.
Well, after the big Williamson play, what they did not want, the Vikings coming right back at them. And they regain potentially the 21-point lead, depending on the outcome of the extra point by Zilch.
He's been perfect so far tonight, Dom.
Hey, in the red zone, the Vikings, aside from the fumble, if they don't turn the ball over, are pretty much money.
Kick is up by Zilch, and you can really tell he's been practicing as he knocks in another one.
Definitely. 28-7 Vikings. They once again, Andy, lead by 21. That grass is green.
Yeah, I hate when that happens.
2:34 left in the first half here. Great overhead look of the field there.
Those new lights look good out there. I like those. Makes the field look a lot brighter. As we're down to 2 minutes and 34 seconds here. Hey, speaking of my lights, that's a nice shot of those lights.
Yes, they really light up the sky. Andy, why don't you lighten up, pal?
That's a pretty good joke. I wonder where you got that one from. Someone with the initials BT, I'm going to imagine. It's all right. It's all good. We get set here for the kickoff now. Are you all right over there?
Yeah, I'm doing good.
I think you need a hug.
When we're off the air, there's plenty of time for that kind of stuff.
That's quite all right, I'll pass. But thanks anyways.
Vikings here by 21 points they lead.
It's going to be taken there by the big man. Ooh. drop there by a couple of Vikings.
That's Whitted there that got in on the early tackle. This Viking special team continue to impress. Now let's see what Dan Kangas has in store for the Williamston offense. He has not yet led to an offensive drive as Schaefer had the big play, the big carry.
If I was Williamston, I would concentrate on getting the ball to Schaefer more, maybe on like a quick pitch or some kind of option just to spring him loose.
Well, it is. We're going to take a slow-mo on Whitted's hit. Did you see?
Boom!
Oh, it's number 55 there for the Vikings. Dustin Johnson broke through. One of Mr. Town's favorites. As on first down, the Hornets pick up 2 yards. Now they have a 2nd and 8 at the 45-yard line. So there's time here for them to generate some kind of drive. If they want to stick to Schaefer on the ground, they can do that. But they have to pretty much go to no huddle.
Speaking of Schaefer, they're going to pitch it out to him. He's going to be dropped in the backfield over by number 5, Chris Hunt.
Good read by Hunt, Andy, as he did not buy the fake. If he would have got to the outside, he might have picked up 10 to 12 yards. But way to go for Chris Hunt. Stay strong on the play. 3rd and long now for the Hornets.
I'd air it out right here.
And 3rd and long, I bet the Vikings aren't waiting for that, are they?
Hunt is just taken down there. Excellent pursuit there. As my colleague missed his replay call. Man, there's going to be a nice little screen there, but to number 1, Tim Kirby. Didn't get a whole lot there, though, so it's going to bring up about 4th down and about 6-7 yards to go.
That's going to be 4th down. You're probably going to see the Vikings call a timeout here to stop the clock to try to set up one final drive.
Fourth and about 4 for the Hornets. Ball's on the 46-yard line. We're down to 1:14. Hornets need to generate something here, Dom. Gets the kickoff there. Nice deep kick there.
Booming kick.
Ruchis is going to let that one bounce, and it takes a Williamston hop. It's going to go out about the 9-yard line. Excellent kick there.
Steve Kirsten's got to be proud of that. As that punt's going to go out at about the 8-yard line.
First down, Vikings. We're down to 1:06 here. Vikings may try to put up another one here, or they might just try to run out the clock here for the first half.
Probably the first play or two is going to dictate what they're going to do.
I would agree with that.
You might see them go to McIntosh or Fidoa, see if they can spring something free to open things up as they're pinned back deep and do not want to give Williamston another score.
This is going to be a run there. Looks like by number 5, Chris Hunt. As they gets a gain there for about 6 yards, 2nd and 4.
Clock's ticking here for the Vikings, down to 40 seconds.
Conrad's going to keep it on the keeper. He's got a nice block there by...
Back in.
He stays in bounds. Oh, I thought he stayed in bounds there. Ref's going to call him out.
Great play by Bird there, Andy, as he picked up about 17 yards to the outside, tiptoed, got out of bounds, stops the clock. Now you see here with 32 seconds, you might see them go to the air. Now they got some breathing room and some room to work.
I think they'll just run the clock out, though. I don't think they want to make that kind of statement here that they're going to just...
I don't know, Andy. I think you might see him go to the air. 32-yard line isn't insurmountable here. 32 seconds. It's not like 10.
Oh, no, it's doable.
I think you're going to see him go to the air.
Conrad here throws it up there to 5. Hunt, nice hit, though. Excellent catch, but nice stick there by Tim Kirby.
As I have once again redeemed myself as they hit Hunt on the sideline route.
It's about time.
Into Williamston territory on the 44-yard line. Great pass. Conrad Bird there, Andy, did you see with a pump fake? The corner bit, found Chris Hunt wide open. And now the Vikings have something brewing here with 26 seconds left and 2 timeouts.
I'm just amazed at the poise at Conrad Bird, just the maturity that he has.
The Conrad Bird this year is a completely different player from what we saw last year.
Definitely.
He has improved in every aspect of his game.
Going to be rushed there. He's going to step up and see. That's something different from last year that Conrad would have maybe have done. Maybe trying to throw it, but this is a different Conrad.
Yeah, didn't hurry it, kept his composure, even got some positive yardage as they're going to spend a timeout here with 17 left as he picked up about 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5.
I don't know about you, Dom, but I don't really know the kind of distance that Zilch has here. So would you try something this far for Zilch, or would you try?
Well, you got 1 timeout left to play with, Andy, and at the 39-yard line, you figure you need at least another 15 to 20 to even start thinking about Brandon Zilch. You might try another pump fake, maybe try to hit Hamilton or Hunt on a route. You also have the option of putting McIntosh deep as a receiver, so a lot of options for Otluski here. At all costs, this isn't Conrad Bird Hail Mary range, so.
Oh, no? I was kind of hoping for that. I've heard some speculation now. I'm not going to say this is entirely true, but the number of teams in the ICL are trying to disband here and maybe start a new league here. I guess they're going to vote on it here in October
I did hear
or so.
something about it. Looks like maybe Perry will be replaced by Charlotte next year. A lot of things for the MHSAA to talk about.
This Bird's going to step back here to throw. He's going to lob it up there to Ruchis. Oh! Did he hang on to it? He got it. What a catch. He is lit up, but what a catch.
As he jumped over 2 Williamston defenders, came down with that ball. They have 10 seconds left. You are seeing some phenomenal catches tonight on the part of Hamilton and now Ruchis.
Wow.
Oh, what a catch.
And he was just stuck, too, Dom, after he got hit.
Oh, I don't know how he balanced catching the ball, getting blitzed. Oh, wow.
So far, right now, Williamston is just getting knocked back on their heels, and I don't know what that was.
Williamston's desperate here to keep the Vikings out of the end zone, as another touchdown would be devastating to their hopes.
Especially after that crushing loss last week to DeWitt, Dom. I mean,
that was supposed to be a big night. They'd already lost their first 2 home games of the year. DeWitt was coming in, and they fell by 25 points. Not good enough for Coach Steve Kirsten. You see Otluski and Coach Rob Porritt maybe constructing 1 or 2 final plays here for the half. But now, like we said, you are in Brandon Zilch range. Do you want to go for the score? When you got guys like Ruchis and you got McIntosh and Hunt and Hamilton, you got 4 guys who can catch the ball. Why not give a shot at the end zone? You got time for 2 plays.
We're going to find out right here. 1st and 10 on the 15-yard line. About 10 seconds here to go. Vikings on top, 28-7. Conrad Bird here under center. Looking to throw here. He's going to air it out to the end zone to the corner to Hunt. Did he got it? Well, it's a toss-up. They're going to call it an interception.
Wow, I thought Hunt had a majority of the possession. They're giving the ball to Williamston. Oh.
Wow. Big stop there. I don't know about that. I thought they
We're
gave
going to look
possession.
at the replay here. Otluski voicing his displeasure. Boy, I thought Hunt had a majority of the ball. But we're going to see here for sure. Slow motion as Bird goes back to pass. And now Williamston was just down the ball. But Bird, fires it to the corner of the end zone. Hunt come down with 1 arm.
That's I don't know.
Maybe.
Maybe. That's
Good
a
call
toss-up.
by the officials. My bad.
They're going to give it there to Schaefer, and that's going to run it out there for the first half. Tough break on the interception, though, at the end, but nevertheless.
Well, Andy, you look at it. Williamston's losing by 21 points. They could easily be losing 35-0 right now.
At least.
You look at the fumble, led to Schaefer's touchdown. You look at overall 2 Viking possessions inside the 20 that went for naught. How often do you see that?
Not
They got to
very.
consider themselves lucky to be trailing by only 21. But a good first half on the part of the Vikings. Some good plays for Williamston that they have to build from in the second half. We should have a good one here in the second half. But right now we're going to throw it to the band.
I love the band. This is what we're getting ready for here. A little band halftime show. And after that, we're going to go down and we're going to see the cheerleaders actually put on a little bit of display, a little something for you. So we'll be back after the band and the cheerleaders for the second half of play.
And that's going to do it here.
Give him a couple years. My time's coming. You live long enough, it happens.
Yeah. You bet. You bet. You getting water in that pond yet?
I called the well man, he's going to come out and end stop off.
Oh, yeah?
He'll be there.
Yeah.
I got the hose running today.
Did ya? Yeah.
I'll run for a couple of weeks. He told me, he said that if I got my hose around the house, that pump they put in that thing, that's the best pump they got. He's going to just go ahead and use that. That's deep.
Rather than putting a well in?
Come on out.
Ladies and gentlemen, Viking marching band, under the direction of Mr. Williamston, Country Windsor, and Team Speaker in honor of the year. We are proud to introduce our drum major for the 2001 marching season, for his MSU and 10 award-winning drum major, Mr. Rob Clark. The band presents the Masterpiece Showcase for your enjoyment this evening. We begin with one of the list of the most famous compositions, pictures, and exhibitions.
Let's try going the other way.
Here's the arrangement of the fire festivities. which will follow them.
You know where hand is right now. Why don't you go with Lord to find hers? Let me give you this. So you go with her. And then you end up with the other animals. At this time, we would like to honor and announce the students that have the high school band. These students have devoted countless hours to rehearsals and performances and have helped the band set a high standard of excellence in all they do. We would like to recognize Michelle Bezek with Patricia and Steve Bezek, Stephanie Brandel with Mike and Myra Brandel, Dan Brooks with Roger Brooks, Eric Sedena with Rudy and Colleen Sedena, Harry Caputo with Peggy and Mike Caputo, Erica Carlson with Kristen and Greg Carlson, Aaron Carnes with Tim and Keith Carnes, Ronnie Cohn with Mitchell and Meredith Cohn, Mallory Dalton with Heidi and Kat Dalton, Matt Dunn with Christy and Gary Dunn, Laura Harvey with Alana Harvey, Katie Houghton with Amy and Steve Houghton, Jenny Huffman with Dwayne and Sherry Huffman, Tom Kennedy with Chris Kennedy and grandmother Louise Pfeiffer, Jim Lafayette with Patricia Lafayette and David Upchurch, Blair McCullough with Brian and Tammy McCullough, Heather McAnally with Lori Morgan, Rob Hart with Julie Hart, Tara Peterson with Walt and Ethan Peterson, Mike Purdy with Raymond and Margaret Purdy, Siobhan Shea with Paul and Maura Shea, Nikki Stoddard with Matthew and Jessica Stoddard, Andrew Tice with Chuck and Nancy Tice, Kristen Wilcox with Steve and Darlene Wilcox, and David Ray with Karen and Sharon Smith. Ladies and gentlemen, please give these students a generous round of applause for a great 4 years at Margaret High School.
I think she was going to come up with that one as well. I'm sure if they had to set the list or something. Might be wrong.
Yeah, she'll be there a while. Friday night? You went to an ER on Friday night?
And this is not top. Actually, I should have called a couple of the ER doctors to be able to help.
You're going fishing now?
We were going to go to Canada, but the border's too slow.
That's cold now, or salmon?
Kings over in Michigan. We're going to do fish tiger mustard in Canada tomorrow, and then we're going to fish the first Sunday morning. Lake St. Clair. So,
Hitting down there?
oh, kill them. Oh, big time. I've they're nice and fresh, I freeze them up. And then throw them away.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's show Viking football team on the victory with the Hornets high school touchdown.
No. Everybody's flipping their labels right now. Actually, they went up Karen Maury, please come to the press box. Karen Maury. Karen Maury, please come to the press He's got the best of it, and he has done as much as he possibly can. It's all brand new. I mean, it looks better than it was. White ones are Chris. I don't see him in there much.
Is she the blonde?
Short, kind of body cut, sandy colored hair. Wow. He's still paying? Yeah, he was part of the team later. You're busy. Yeah, that's like
I'd like to have Karen Maury come to the press box, please. Karen Maury. Can you come to the press box?
Where was it?
Then there's a little bit of that lesbian problem.
Outside, somebody cleaned all that shit up and all the flowers.
It's all straight.
Signs still on?
Yeah, Williamston and the 50 guard Racers Club will be donating their share of that. Proceeds
Might be
to the
trying to
American
sell.
Red Cross for disaster
They're
relief.
diving.
Winning
They are.
number blue,
Yellow side.
27520 662. 520
problem there?
662.
Yeah.
You have that coupon green come up through the press box.
All right. I know. Well, the problem is, losing some status because it's so close to the road. You have to sit back and use the parking.
And never let you build that close again.
Very well.
Welcome back here to the second half of play. The Vikings here are getting set here to receive here as that's taken by number 7, Joe Austin. How you doing, Dom?
I'm pretty good. Vikings here now with 1st and 10. Try on their first possession in the second half to get this game even farther out of reach of the Williamston Hornets, as they already lead by 21 and they have the ball.
And they will take over here 1st and 10 on the 38-yard line.
Fine job by our graphics crew.
Conrad Burdo there with the handoff to number 5, Chris Hunt, looking for daylight, trying to shed blockers. Finally brought down by number 25, Eric LeBlanc. But he
Chris
pretty
Hunt
much
earned
carried
himself
him.
an extra 5 yards there on that never say die effort. Picks up another first down into Williamston territory at the 42.
This will be 1st and 10 on the 42-yard line.
Pretty good stuff here.
Conrad Bird here back under set.
Grandma's best dash.
Gonna hand it off there. Looks like again to Hunt. This time he was keyed on, hit first by number 5, Schaefer.
Also,
Fumble on the ball.
Williamston's got it.
Williamson has got it. That's gonna be pounced on there by number 44, E.J. Heinrichs.
Bird tried to recover there and get back to recover the fumble. Number 44 for Williamston retrieved it. That was E.J. Heinrichs. And now Williamston will take over 1st and 10 on their own 41.
Tough break there for the Vikings here. Nice little series of drive they had going there, and it was just struck down. 1st and 10 here on the 41-yard line for the Hornets. Schaefer's there back. Look, they're gonna throw out there. Nice little screen there to number 1. Oh, Hunt fell down as it was complete to number 1, Tim Kirby. That's gonna be enough for a first down.
Nice play by Williamston. And now, Andy, we're gonna send it down to our senior correspondent, or our correspondent on the field with some seniors, rather. Tammy Coates.
Thanks, Tom and Andy. I'm Tammy Coates, and I'm here with Stacy Grastoyak and Hannah Gardy. Girls, it's your last season as Viking students for football. What do you do to make it a more memorable time? Well, basically, we've just been spirited every Friday. We made T-shirts, we made stickers. No, we've just been spirited. We're supporting our team and all our friends. We get the crowd going. Woo!
Schaefer picks up a couple there. The sophomore running back.
Yes, they are very good about hyping up the crowd. It looks like an awesome game. Dom, Andy, back to you guys.
Thanks, Tammy, for that educational aspect through a senior's eyes. I know I'm more intrigued now. Be 2nd and 6 here now for the Hornets. Trying to drive here a little bit. I like this nice little set they're running here. They're trying to make things up here. There's going to be a handoff there to number 25, Eric LeBlanc there. He may have gotten a couple of yards, but not much, as he was taken down by a swarm. It'll be about 3rd and about 4-3 to go there.
Where was it? Out there by...
Be 3rd and 6 here now, and Dom right now so far, Williamston's got the little momentum going their way, so they're just doing the small things.
Into Viking territory now.
Pitch out to Schaefer. He gets that corner. He is gone. He's coming back the other way.
Oh.
He's going to be brought down finally by number 1, Tom Livermore, though. But way to read the blocks as Schaefer bounced back, coming around the other way. I'm very impressed with this kid, Dom.
Nate Schaefer cuts it back. I thought he was doomed for a 2-yard loss there. Reversing field on the Vikings is not something that's done that often. But he played against the odds and picked himself up a big first down. Now at the 27 of Hazlitt. Williamston here posing a little threat.
We got 1st and 10 here on the 27-yard line. 9:34 here to go in the third quarter. Oh, there's going to be a little delay there, but it's not going to work out at all as number 25, Eric LeBlanc, is just wrestled down on the ground. I don't know exactly if that was a good call there or what. It just took too long to develop down.
A little botched play there on the part of Williamston. Offense didn't really seem to know what was going on. 4-yard loss. Now it's going to bring up a 2nd and 14. Tough play for the Hornets.
It didn't seem like they knew what was going on exactly.
Looked like a little trickery went for naught.
So we have 2nd and 14 here on the 31-yard line. Williamston here trying to put up another score, trying to cut into that Viking lead. Kangas is back there under center.
Don't wait for it. Let's go down. I can't just go out.
Looking to throw here, lobbing it up there to number 1, Tim Kirby, and just overthrown as Kirby is 6'2", 185. A pretty big target to hit there. He just overthrew him.
When you got a guy like Kirby, I know you want to get the ball high up so he can make the play without a risk of interception. But Kangas has to be a little more careful not airing that ball over his head as he did there. Could have been a play for about 7 to 8 yards. Instead, now he's in a tough spot, 3rd and 14. The Viking offense is looking pass.
3rd and 14 on the 31 here. They're going to roll out here. Maybe a keeper to Kangas. He's got no one open. He's going to keep it. He's going to be brought down, though, short of the first down. And here they're in field goal range, Dom.
I got to think they're going to go for it, Hartz, because now you're looking at what, like a 4th and 7, 4th and 8.
At least.
Kangas did a good job just to get some kind of yardage there. As he attempted the rollout, couldn't find a receiver open. Actually, 4th and 5. So I got to think that Coach Steve Kirsten's going to go for it here. You know, especially losing by 21 points. What's a chance at 3 going to get you?
You have really nothing to lose in that kind of situation.
As you look at a couple of studs.
I can't be seen. I'm dark. You see me? Hey, how you doing? I needed some lighting up here. Oh, Kirby had it and he dropped it.
Kirby's got to catch that ball, Hartman. That would have been a first down. That would have been crucial. Slips through his fingers. Lack of concentration by Kirby, as that would have been a huge first down for the Hornets.
Nevertheless, that'll turn it over. Maybe another momentum builder here for the Vikings now as they take over 1st and 10.
When you get inside the Vikings' 20-yard line, you got to convert. Or close to the 20 as they got to the 22. Because chances like that don't come that often. You know, you got a couple of turnovers. You got to take advantage of it.
1st and 10 on the 22 here for the Vikings. We're down around 7:48 here to go in the third quarter. Looks like there's going to be a run there by number 8, Dave Fedewa. Gain of about 2. I expect maybe here a little pounding here with McIntosh. Maybe I'll call my play. I did it once. I'll do it again. Speak of the devil. Keyed in on him, though, that time and maybe got a yard. So far, Williamston is doing a very good job now keying in on these backs that had explosive runs in the first few quarters, but now they're just being kind of worn down a little bit, seems like.
Williamston's defense has heated up a little bit, Andy, trying to force Conrad Bird to the air. Now they have a 3rd and 5, a passing situation for the Vikings.
This is a big 3rd down here for the Vikings. Bird's going to hand it off there to number 32, McIntosh, and depending on the spot, he's going to be awfully close, but I think he's got it.
He got it.
Nice run there by McIntosh. First and 10 here now on the 35-yard line.
McIntosh there with another big 3rd down conversion. Powers ahead, sets his team up with another 1st and 10.
On the end.
Bird's going to keep it on the keeper there. A little confusion, trying to get outside. May have gotten a yard, not much. Excellent pursuit there by the defense.
Well, Conrad ran for about 22 yards there. Unfortunately, only one in the north-south direction. Good effort by the senior quarterback. He had to reverse direction. Bring up a 2nd and 9. He picked up a 1.
You do what you can. Second and 9 now on the 36. So they're going to hand it off there to Fiedel. He's got one guy to get. Oh, he's down. No, they're going to call him down. Oh, the Williamston fans are not going to like that call.
All 23 of them are pretty upset. That's going to be a 1st and 10 for Hazlitt inside the 45 of Williamston.
My bad. That was out loud. I'm sorry.
We're going to take a look at the replay here of the Fiedel run. Bust across midfield. Bowling over number 25 for Williamston, Eric LeBlanc. As we get that replay, just a few minutes after the play.
Conrad's going to hand it off there to 5. Hunt, he's going to go nowhere. He's going to lose yards on there. Brought down by number 19, David Hayes.
Hunt went down a little funny there. I think he's all right. You always get a little concerned after he tore his ACL last year. Looks to be all right, though. And it'll be 2nd and 12 as he lost 2 yards on the play. The Viking offense huddles it up.
Olivia, what are you getting? No more candy.
2nd and 12 now here on the 46-yard line. I can't concentrate.
That's it. No more candy. It's okay.
Conrad here looking to throw. He's got some time. That big old number 50 is coming. Overthrows his target, number 9, Chris Rucius.
Conrad had some pressure again from number 50 of the Hornets. That would be Rocky Hitchcock. It's been in his face all night. Maybe caused him to air that ball just a little too high out of the reach of Rucius, or Hamilton rather. 3rd and 12 now for the Vikings.
For him being that big, he moves very fast.
Yes, he does. Solid play tonight by Hitchcock.
Pretty good.
3rd and 12 here. Looks like there's going to be a handoff there to number 8, Fiedel again, bringing tacklers down with him as he finally brought down by number 55, Justin Howland.
Coach Alewski defying logic once again and winning the game as he picks up another 1st down. His team, rather. Dave Fiedel on the long carry. 1st and 10 for the Vikings at the 23.
And I think here, if the Vikings put this one in, that'll give them a little bit of breathing room, give the guys who don't get a whole lot of playing time to play, and maybe put this game out of reach. Conrad back here to throw, lobbing it up in the end zone to Hamilton. Got him, touchdown, as Schaefer was just smoked in the backfield.
I'll tell you what, this air attack is something that we've never seen before in Hazlitt. Beautiful touchdown strike, Conrad Berg to Nick Hamilton in the end zone. Touchdown Hazlitt. And now Tom Short on the sideline is really using those cones.
Wow, that was deep.
34-7 Hazlitt here. And you see Chris Hunt coming off after a solid series for the senior. You got such potent receivers this year, Andy.
Kick is almost blocked there by Schaefer, but it's going to go through. I think he may have gotten a little piece of it.
Might have.
Nonetheless, though, Zilch tacks on another one, and it is 35-7 here, Vikings.
This isn't the touchdown here. We're going to take a look at the Fiedel run that picked up the 1st down and set up the eventual score. Dave Fiedel,
boy, he works hard.
Right up the middle. Earns every yard he gets.
That's my boy right there, Dave Fiedel. Affectionately known to some as Dave. We get set here now for the kickoff is number 21, Nick Troshik, and 5, Schaefer are back to return. We're down to 3 minutes and 55 seconds here to go in the 3rd quarter.
Nick Hamilton is fastly emerging is Conrad Bird's favorite target. Some solid receptions tonight.
Ooh, Zilch with the line drive there to number 19. David Hayes, not what he probably wanted to do. He probably wanted to get it on the ground.
Tackle made by number 55, Dustin Johnson.
Williamston will take over here, 1st and 10 on the 35-yard line.
Ball spotted just short of the 35-yard line, first down, Williamston.
Genghis is going to keep it there on the keeper. Nice little run there to put his head down and power forward there. Nice little run.
Genghis on the keeper. Sets up a 2nd and 4.
Nice little run there. They definitely need to do something here, though. I still think, you know, even though Schaefer's been stuffed the last few times, is you got to free him somehow because he's got the speed on this team.
Schaefer's one who can make the big plays, but now we're getting late in this game, late in the 3rd quarter.
Oh, nice pump fake there. Oh, nice pass and nice catch by number 88, Bobby Mandalian.
Mandalian's looking for a late flag, too.
He turned the wrong way at first, Dom, and then he just turned around and it happened to be right there, right in his hands.
He did recover well there, Hartz, and sets up a 1st and 10 at the 41 of Hazlitt. So big play in Williamston's in Hazlitt territory once again. We'll take a look at the replay here. You see Kangas back to pass. Pump fakes. Looks like our camera went with it there. All the way downfield. And finds number 88, Bobby Madeleine.
1st and 10 here on the 30-yard line. Williamston's got time to punch in another one. Schaefer is going to be dealt way back at the line. Not taken down, but shoved way back, and that's got to be frustrating for this young kid. Because I see a lot of potential in this kid. He just does not got the line to run behind.
Vikings bottled him up pretty well there, Andy. It's probably going to, at their forward progress, be about a yard loss. Bring up 2nd and 11.
We're down here to 2 minutes and 15 seconds. Vikings 35, Hornets 7. Your commentators, as always, is Andy Hartman and Dominic Pecora. I'm the good-looking one.
And I'm the ugly one.
All right.
Okay.
That works for me then. Anyways, I'm kind of scared now.
2nd and 11 here.
Nice little dump there to 25. Oh, he's going to spring. Oh, taken down by Whittet.
Eric LeBlanc, the little man, making something happen as he was rolled over, looked like 3 times by Matt Whittet. Picks up a 1st down there. And look at Williamston now, Andy, 31-yard line. Or I'm sorry, 18-yard line after the play.
Making something out of this.
They are moving the ball with some authority.
Boom shakalaka. No? All right.
1st and 10 for the Hornets.
It's going to be a handoff there to number 21, Nick Troshik.
No, Williamston had something good going with the passing and maybe running the outside. This up-the-middle thing isn't going to fool the Viking defense too often, so.
I don't think they've been able to run for positive yards between the tackles all game, Dom.
Not with any kind of authority, Andy.
Do you like that word?
What's that?
Authority.
Yeah, I guess it works. Why?
I don't know. I'm just asking, man. 2nd and 9 here on the 17. Don't give me that look. Brought down there by number 32, Brett McIntosh. It's going to be about 3rd and 8, 3rd and 9.
I wonder what Coach Steve Kirsten would think about maybe putting Schaefer on the flats. Maybe get some quick movement upfield.
I would definitely try something like that. You need to try something different, especially with this kid's speed. I'm sure he's got to have the hands, too.
Definitely.
Might as well try something. As your favorite player, though, number 25, Eric LeBlanc, is split out wide. They're going to throw. Oh, number 82, Josh Heinrichs was decked as the ball was thrown up in the air.
Heinrichs got to make that catch. He had the height there. The ball was right there for him to snag. There was some defenders around, maybe got happy feet, but.
Now what do you do here in this situation, Dom? You're down 3 touchdowns, 4th and 8 with 25 seconds here to go in the third. Do you go for it or do you kick it here?
We're going to take a look at the replay here. It's going to be of the dropped pass, I believe, as Williamston is going to go for it indeed. Take a look here. And see, take that in right there. I mean, oh, here they go.
You got to have that.
Oh,
nice lob in the corner. That's going to be thrown out of bounds, though.
That was close, Andy.
That's going to turn it over on downs.
I can't really fault Madeleine there. That would have been a phenomenal catch if he could have made it. Once again, Williamston gets in deep into Hazlitt territory, and once again, Hazlitt's defense holds.
Hazlitt will take over here with 21 seconds to go in the third. 1st and 10 on their own 16-yard line. Possibly looking to put up some more. First and 10 now. Conrad Bird under center. Looks like he's going to hand it off there to number 5, Chris Hunt. Trying to break a tackle. Breaks one tackle, stays on his feet, stumbles, almost had it. Gets to about the 25, close to a first down.
It's probably the prettiest 9 yards I've seen all night. Chris Hunt continues to make things happen. The Vikings, oh, there seems like there's a Williamston player down. I think that's number 3. Casey Hulleberger. He's actually made some good plays on defense tonight for the Hornets. He seems to be all right. He's going to take a breather, though. We have a timeout. Or no, it's the end of the third quarter, Andy. My fault.
We head here into the fourth quarter. Your Vikings on top, 35-7. And it might be getting to the point where it's going to be too late here for Williamston to come back. They're not able to stop the Vikings. They get deep into their zone, and they come away with nothing at least 3 times so far tonight. So they need to do something, Dom.
This is definitely panic time for Coach Steve Kirsten and his Hornets. 28 points. Vikings have the ball. They need a couple of big plays here to try to get back in it, and pretty quick, too. Remember, another score for the Vikings, and the nonstop clock will be in force. So a lot of pressure on the Hornets here to make something happen soon. I'd like to send along get well wishes to good friend Andrea Bala, who stubbed her toe today. Hope she's doing all right.
She stubbed her toe. Is she a bleeder?
Pretty messy.
We'd also like to give our heartfelt condolences to I can speak, really. Wow, that was bad. We'd like to give our heartfelt condolences to all the people that are going through all the ongoings that are going on in New York and in Washington as well. Our hearts go out to you, and our prayers do as well.
Definitely. Well said.
Yeah, the second time. 1st and 10 here for the Vikings as we switch sides. Be on their 26-yard line. Handoff there. Sprinting forward there is number 8, Dave Fedewa.
Also, Andy, not to interrupt, getting back on that note, 99.1 is is coming to your work to donate a flag to you and collecting donations. If anyone wants to, it's 363-4399. I assume they'll be doing this through the weekend and maybe into next week. So that's something nice. A lot of the radio stations around here gathering together. 97.5, I think, raised $5,500 in an hour yesterday. So
wow, that is amazing.
It's great to see such local support for such a tragic situation.
McIntosh there dives forward for about 6 yards. Going to be close there. Excellent point there, though, Dom. 3rd and about 2 here now for the Vikings, as one more score would make the clock run continuously. I'm sure the Vikings have that in the back of their minds. Conrad's here under center here. They're going to hand it off there to number 32, McIntosh, who still's not been stopped tonight. He's got to break free. He's got one guy to beat.
He's gone.
I don't think he's going to catch him. Touchdown, Vikings, Brent McIntosh. What a sprint.
Brent McIntosh, Andy, 66 yards to pay, but what a run as he cut to the outside. One man left to beat. He was ahead the whole way. 6 points. And now the big extra point, which would all but put away the Hornets.
Well said there, Dom, as now Hazlitt jumps out to a 41-7 lead here with 10 minutes to go, and now the running clock will come into effect here, which is probably what the Vikings really want, as number 52 Zilch gets set here for the extra point attempt. Kick is up, and it splits the uprights as Hazlitt jumps out to a 42-7 lead here, Dom, and that you can probably say that pretty much wraps this game up.
That will most definitely wrap it up, Andy. We're going to throw it down to our field correspondent, Tammy Coates. Tammy, take it away.
Thanks, Sam and Andy. I'm Tammy, and I'm here with co-captain cheerleader varsity team, Mandy Valier. Mandy, how's the team looking this year?
At the beginning of the season, it looked a little rough. We have a lot of new people on the team, but we're coming along real nicely, and we're going to be a very good team this year, I believe.
When's your first competition?
Our first competition is September 13th at Walled Lake Central High School.
There you have it. Thanks, Fowler. Back to you guys.
Thank you, Tammy, for that great insight to the cheerleading corps. We appreciate your help tonight.
Tom Short was just absolutely beautiful in the background there.
That is a character.
Oh, man, I've lost all control tonight. So we're down here to 10:42.
We're going to take a look at the touchdown now as McIntosh bolts ahead. Right in midfield there, you see number 12 gaining in on him was Jeff Tebow. Couldn't catch him. 66 yards later, it's a touchdown for Bet McIntosh and a 35-point lead for the Hazlitt Vikings. And now Brandon Zilch ready to kick off.
Nice boot into that one as Schaefer's going to return that one. He's got a nice little wall of blockers there. Bouncing it outside. Ooh, nice takedown, though.
Nice return by Schaefer as he moves it up to about the 34-yard line.
Williamston will take over here first and 10 on the 34. And Dom, I think they got to do something here. They can't rely on the run. It's not doing anything. Maybe a little spread offense here to try to get the ball around here. They got to do something.
That's a good point, Andy. Maybe try to split out the receivers here, move the ball left to right, sidelines now. But, of course, you do have the running clock issue, which is going to make it that much tougher.
Oh, there's a late man coming on the field there. Number 88. Touchdown, Williamston. What happened there? I don't know.
There was a late substitution on the field. It looked like number 79 for the Vikings, Dave McManaman, got on the field late. I think that might have interrupted with a coverage there. But yeah, number 88 for Williamston, Bobby Madeleine, scores, and what a play. 66 yards the other way now for Williamston. And now makes it 42-14.
So that'll negate the whole running clock issue now for a little while.
Clock stops, and wow, Madeleine.
That was big.
He kept his toes on the sideline. I thought he was going to go out of bounds. Good balance.
Kick is up, and it's going to be good as the Williamston sneaks one up there, as now the score is 42-14, and I just don't know what happened on that one.
You know, watching Williamston tonight, Andy, they obviously are a young team and have a lot of work to do and not on a par with the Vikings, but they've got a young, solid team, and it's hard to believe for me this team opened up with 3 games at home and didn't come away with a win. The Vikings are winning handily still, but you know, they've given a pretty solid effort tonight, so I don't know. It's kind of puzzling.
That is a good point here, Dom, because they look like they have, you know, the building blocks at least for a good team, but they're just...
Hey, Kangas can throw the ball. He's shown that tonight. Vikings have seen a lot of quarterbacks this year on the part of Jackson Northwest, Perry, that, you know, don't have too much. You know, as far as mobility in the pocket and the ability to throw the ball downfield, and Kangas looks like he has that.
You know, especially with backs like Schaefer, you know, and Mandolin as a receiver, this could be a very well-developed team down the road. So they're going to kick it off there. They're going to kick it away from Rucius. And it's going to go out of bounds. There's a flag thrown as it sails out of bounds. Ball will go out of bounds there about the 35-yard line, so they'll move it up to about the 40 down.
Legal procedure on the part of the Hornets. Why they're spotting that at the 25, I don't know. I thought the ball went on the bounce.
There we go.
There they go.
Yeah, okay. I'm sure the Vikings are not going to let that one slip by again. You know, last time when Williamston put one up, the Vikings marched down the field and put another one up themselves. So I would not be surprised to see the Vikings do the same thing again right now. Bird's going to hand it off there. Didn't get much of anything. Maybe even lost the yard as that was given to number 8, Fedewa.
Fedewa might have got back to the line of scrimmage there. He was met with a flurry of Hornets.
He was set about 2nd and 10 here. The Bird's going to give it there to, he's going to get it on the keep. There's a flag thrown. Looks like it's probably going to be against the Vikings.
You might see him give number 56 for the Vikings, Andy, Devin Foote, a hold. Let's see.
And I think that's exactly what they're going to call there, Dom. It's going to be holding, but they're going to decline the penalty. It's kind of odd.
Well, they figure right now, instead of giving the Vikings another fresh set of downs, they need to get the ball back quick. Take their chances 2nd and 10 here. Playing with danger. Vikings can get 10 yards in 2 plays rather easily tonight.
It'll be 3rd and 10 here now. We're just around 9 minutes here to go.
3rd and 10, my bad.
This Bird's going to give it to 32 McIntosh. Looks like he may have tripped over his own footing. He only probably got about a yard and a half on that one, so it's going to bring up 4th down, and I think they're going to bring in the punting team.
Coach Steve Kirsten's gamble pays off, Hearts, as now Vikings will have to punt.
Everyone looks out once in a while, Dahmer.
Number 1, Tim Kirby, and number 8, Dan Kangas back deep to receive the punt.
Oh, what is that? I don't think the Vikings moved on that one at all. I think
Might just been a little over anxiousness from Brad Van Slickler, but we'll see.
I think
he's claiming it was number 7, Joe Austin. Oh, they're going to call a false start.
They're going to call that on Joey, too. Wow. I don't think he moved at all. From this view, it looked like he didn't move at all.
I don't know. Pins the Vikings back another 5 yards. Another 5 yards for Williamston to work with.
That'll bring up a 4th and 13 here now. Pinned pretty deep now. Conrad's got to get off a pretty good boot here. Good snap. Nice, pretty good kick there. It's going to be up in the air. It's going to take a Viking bounce here about the 40-yard line almost. Pretty close. That's where Williamston will take over, 1st and 10.
There's a flag on the play, Andy. I don't know what that could be.
There is no flag. They picked it up.
Okay.
Referees like to do that once in a while.
Well, now then, the Williamston Hornets have the ball 1st and 10 at their 42-yard line. They're going to definitely try some quick strikes here as they did last time, as they are short on time. Got the ball back quick, though, on this last series. So with 8 minutes and 8 seconds left, Williamston has 1st and 10, trailing by 4 scores.
They could definitely put up some points here, you know, and that would be, you know, saying that we're not going to lie down for you guys. And that's exactly what they need to do right now. 1st and 10 on the 42-yard line. There's a man in motion there. That's Kirby. They're going to pitch it out there to Schaefer, though. Trying to get outside. Oh, looks like he was taken out of the play by his own man.
If Kirsten wants to use Schaefer, he might want to consider using him upfield as a receiver, because this left-right running really isn't feasible with 8 minutes left to go in the game.
It's hurting their team right now, Dom.
And you're taking precious seconds off the clock here, and you lost a yard and a half to boot, so.
Second and 10 now. Kangas is looking out. He's going to look for Mandolin. He's going to lob it up in the air. Chris Hunt is right there. He's going to pick it off.
Nice.
but he is hurt. He is grabbing his shoulder.
Madeline yanked down Hunt to try to get him to lose the interception there. Excellent acrobatic play by Hunt to get the ball right back for the Vikings. I think he'll be all right, and he just needs to walk that off, I believe.
Great turn of events here now for the Vikings. I'm sure they really want to put another one up, though, Dom. Keep this clock running.
We're going to take a look at the replay of the interception, Andy. See the pump fake by Kangas. Lets it fly, thrown from his back foot. All quarterbacks should remember, try to avoid doing that. Leaps up, and you see Madeline kind of yanks him back with his left arm. I don't think it was intentional by any means, but as you see Chris Hunt there, looks to be doing all right in the sideline.
And Coach O there has called a timeout there, and he's going to bring in the second string O. I like this call. Give these guys some confidence to show what they can do. And they got lots of time to be out there, too. I like this call. So the second string O will come in here. 1st and 10 on the 32-yard line as we see number 19, Jared Hall, is in there at quarterback. He's going to hand it off there to looks like number 3, Scott Casby. Excellent run there by Scooter. Gets about 5-6 yards on the run. Nice little run. Be about 2nd and 5 here on the 37-yard line.
We'd also like to announce that Doug Nyberg has won the 50-50 drawing here, but has decided in a great act to donate the money back to the New York City Fund. What a nice move by Mr. Nyberg. Everyone really appreciates his good deed.
Holster on the keeper there. Excellent run there, but he was hit late, and the refs are not going to throw that flag. Nevertheless, it's going to be a first down, but Holster took a vicious hit in the back. 1st and 10 on the 44-yard line here. 6:30 here to go in the game. Hull's going to hand it off there to looks like number 22, Travis Stanky for the Vikings. Bring up about 2nd and 9 now for the Vikings. Holster under center here. Going to hand it off there to looks like number 3, Scott Casby, and he's going to be hit at the line, maybe even lost a yard. And now we bring up an important 3rd down here. I wonder if Otluski is going to attempt to throw here with Hull. Maybe.
Just might here, 3rd and 10. Let's see what the southpaw has. I don't know, though, Andy. With 5:24, he might just assume keep the clock running. This game's not in any danger right now.
3rd and 10 now here. Hull's going to keep it on the sweep. Knocks over a tackler and then is finally brought down. Nice run there by Hull, but I think Otluski's going to have to punt away here. Being about 4th and 9. As Conrad Bird is back to punt as number 1 Kirby and number 8 Kangas are back deep to return for the Hornets. And I'm sure Otluski wanted to keep his 2nd stringers out there. Almost blocked.
Fine punt.
Takes a Viking bounce right to number 1 Livermore. And so Williamston will take over there with 4:52 here to go in the game.
30-yard line.
Solid punt there by number 4, Conrad Bird.
Williamston's got to do something here now. Still, I think they're still probably going to be going with, they have the mindset to go with their first stringer still down, seeing if they can cut into something here.
Definitely.
First and 10 on the 30-yard line here for the Hornets. Kangas is going to hand it off there to, looks like Schaefer, who's gotten a bulk load of carries tonight, but not many positive yards. He's going to lose a couple on that. About 2nd and 11 here. He lost only about a yard. Kangas is going to hand it off there to number 21, Nick Troshik, who's a big back, Dom, but we haven't seen many carries from him tonight.
Troshik is a big boy. Plays primarily fullback. It's going to be 3rd and 5 at the 35 now for Williamston as we are under 4 minutes to go in the game.
Big defensive stop here now coming. Vikings stop it here. They'll put their offense back out there and probably just run that clock out. 3rd and 5 on the 35-yard line. Kangas under center. Gonna hand it off there to a big fullback. Looked like that was to number 40, Mike Rice, 235-pound fullback. It's a big boy right there. He's going to get enough for the first down. 1st and 10. So Williamston trying to move the ball here a little bit late in the game. Not being very successful right now. We're under 3 minutes right now. They got to do something here. There's going to be a pitch out there to number 21, Nick Troshik. He's going to fight for about 4 or 5 yards, and that's about all, and he's brought down by a host of Vikings.
Now with Williamston approaching midfield, Andy, and under 3 minutes left. They might try to go to the air here, get some quick points.
What's up?
Not too much, man.
Not too much.
Calling a little football game. How about you?
You know, I'm trying to enjoy myself. A little something for you. 2nd and 4 here on the 47-yard line. They're going to hand it off to Tross again. He's going to be belted. Wow, he was rocked there.
Nick McKenzie now checking into the game for the Vikings.
He's going to be hit hard there by number 33, Jeremy Burnett. And he was brought down as soon as Burnett hit him. Be about 3rd and 2 now here.
Josh Finnegan in on the tackle for the Vikings.
Gonna hand it off there to Trossik again. He's gonna bounce outside. He's got one man to beat. Finally, oh, nice pursuit there by number 28, Matt Nelson, to keep a touchdown from coming in.
Matt Nelson saved a score there. Good point, Andy. Now with 1:45, Williamston has moved the ball inside the Viking 35-yard line.
First and 10 here on the 39-yard line. We're down to 1:35 here to go in this contest. Williamston looking for a little bit of respect points here right now, Dom. That's all it's coming down to. There's going to be a pitch out there to Schaefer. He's going to bounce outside. He's got Burnett's going to just take him out of bounds there about the 10-yard line. So Williamston getting close here. They got some time still to put it in.
Good chase by Burnett to keep him out of the end zone there. But now Williamston dangerously close to scoring yet another touchdown on the Vikings defense. Already scored more points tonight against the Vikings than any team this season.
Down to 1:19 here. 1st and 10 on the 11-yard line, we'll call it. They're going to pitch out to Schaefer. Nice cutback. Bounces off some people.
Schaefer's close to the 5, I think.
He's real close, Dom. That's going to keep the clock running here, though. But looks like Williamston is going to take a timeout. We're down to 1:03 here as Williamston takes a timeout. And I don't know about this call, Dom. You're down this many points. You have enough time left where you don't really even need to take a timeout. I don't know. I just don't really like the way that
Kirsten wants to be sure, though, to get in the end zone. That's probably just talking to his offense about a play or maybe even 2 plays ahead so they know exactly what they're going to do following each play. So, yeah, I mean, losing by 28, you want to make the score respectable. So I can kind of sympathize with what he's trying to do.
maybe a little bit, but
It's going to be a 2nd and goal here. I'm sorry, 2nd and 5 from the 6. So they still could get a first down.
So far tonight, Williamston has had a little bit of trouble with scoring in the red zone. Couple interceptions, some fumbles. So this is big for them right now. If they score on this red zone drive, this is big for them. You could look for the onside kick. They could possibly get it back. We'll find out here. Is it 2nd and 4? There's going to be a keeper by Kangas. He's going to be brought down in the backfield, though, by number 9. Chris Rooch's excellent pursuit in the backfield. That's going to drop him back to about 3rd and 4. The clock is running here. We're down to 49 seconds.
Bruce just did it on offense. He did it on special teams. Now doing it on defense as he keeps the Hornets out of the end zone with the sack.
Clock is still running here. 3rd and 5 on the 6 now. Big stops here. I'm sure the Vikings want to shut them out here with only half a minute left here to go in the game, Dom.
The crowd getting on their feet.
There's going to be a pitch out there to the Schaefer. He's not going to get the first down, I don't think, Dom.
Hornets now are going to spend their final timeout. I'm sorry, their 2nd timeout. Now with 21 seconds left.
It's going to be close here. I don't think he got it. 4th down, big 4th down stop right here. I would look to see lobbing it up to Mandolin, using the size in the corner. That's just me.
You might be right on this one.
Fourth and 3 on the 4 as we can hear Tom Short trying to get the crowd pumped up a little bit.
Try being in the stadium not hearing Tom Short.
"21 seconds here. We are down to probably the last play of the game here, Dom, for Williamston. As there's going to be a lobbed up pass, it's going to be batted down. There's a flag thrown. As number 54, Tony Badgley got up in the air and swatted it down, but I think that's going to be a flag on Hazlitt. Pass interference on the defense. That's going to be an automatic first down. Half the distance to the goal. I don't know about that call at all.
That pass by Kangas was one of the most awkward-looking passes I've ever seen.
You could call it ugly almost.
It looks like he kind of jumped up in the air and then just kind of floated it down. It was different. Well, they got a first down here, so they're going to get another play or two.
Well, Aluski's going to call a timeout here.
Unless he wants to get in on the play, which he's trying to do.
So timeout here, 17 seconds to go, 42-14, 1st and 2 on the 2 for the Hornets. And I'm sure Hazlitt wants to not let them get in.
Nice defensive stand would sit well with the Viking defense as well as Coach Rob Porritt. Luski says hello to the referee.
And I'm sure that's exactly what his words were exactly.
Definitely. All right, 1st and goal from the 2. Now Williamston will have a few more opportunities to.
I'm going to watch here for the big run here by Schaefer.
Kangas is going to roll it out here.
There he is. He's coming.
He's got it.
Touchdown, Williamston. Number 19,
And the crowd goes wild
David
as they cut it
Hayes.
to a 22-point game here with 11 seconds to go.
Tough break.
Something nice for the Hornet fans to cheer about. Not so nice for the Vikings, whose defense surrenders point number 20. You don't see that too often in this stadium. But hey, it's kind of hard to argue when you're winning by 22. So.
Yeah. And all of
Pick your poison.
12, Dom, I'm sorry. All of 12 of the Williamston fans remaining here got up on their feet. Is now the score
as opposed to the buoyant 23 they had in the first half.
As the Hazlitt's deficit is cut now from it's 42 to 21 here with 11 seconds. That's going to probably do it here. I would not expect to see an onside kick here from Williamston, but I'm not sure. I do not know how their coach thinks.
This is going to be the Vikings' 4th straight victory to start the season.
Not bad.
They're now going to be 4-0.
As I looked in the Lansing State Journal and the A and B rankings compared, the combined thing, Hazlitt is ranked number 3 in the Lansing State Journal right now.
Do you know who they're behind? Or?
Actually, I do. It's Sexton. They have a loss, and I don't understand that.
Ooh.
And then I believe Grand Ledge was the other one.
Sure wasn't East Lansing?
Maybe East Lansing.
Yeah,
I'm sorry,
I think
East
East
Lansing.
I heard they beat Grand Ledge in a fine game played in Grand Ledge last Friday night.
And East Lansing
it
is
was like 13 to 12 or something like that. So
They're-
area stacked this year.
They're a very good team this year. Down here to 11 seconds, see, and they're going to boot it deep as number 9, Rucius takes it. Probably just going to try to run out the clock here. He's going to get tackled here with 6 seconds here to go. I'm sure Otluski will try to get the ball here to a back who hasn't had too many touches here, and that'll probably do it for the game. I will give some credit to Williamston, though.
Hey, Williamston hung in there. Their heads should be up high. No one expected them to even be this close tonight, so some kind of moral victory for a team that's just going through a youth process right now. And they're 0-4.
And you can't do anything about stuff like that, Dom.
Exactly. All you can do is get experience. Games like this will help. And games like this will also help the Vikings. They are now 4-0. Just dominating.
Holster looking to throw here. He's going to air it out to number 3, Scott Casby.
I don't really like that call.
I don't know if I agree with that either. With no time left, I'm sure Otluski didn't call that call. I'm sure Holster just kind of happened that way. Nonetheless, Vikings jump out to a very commanding and dominant 4-0 lead here. They win tonight 42-21 at home against a team that had 3 straight games at home, but did not manage to win any of those games, Dom.
First road game of the year for Williamston Hornets, and with quarterback Dan Kangas, and a steady diet of Nathan Schaefer in the backfield, their offense was pretty solid, and it made the Vikings defense work. The Vikings defense has had a pretty easy time. I wouldn't want to say easy time, but they haven't had really stiff competition, you know what I mean?
I think you can use that term.
Yeah, they gave them a good test tonight, and the Vikings offense, as usual, was there. They answered. Special teams defense was there when it had to be. They stopped Williamston twice inside the 20 as the Vikings look to gather around for their traditional fight song singing.
Even though, Dom, you talk about Williamston, on the losing end, they have scored the most points on the Vikings this year so far, 21 points, and that has got to say something for them at least.
Definitely. Their offense got to feel pretty good about themselves. And 42 points in Viking Stadium isn't exactly the worst thing in the world. So, good effort by the Hornets tonight.
You can only do so much here. So, as you see the chant going here,
we got a Coach Otluski interview awaiting you as soon as he's finished talking with Channel 6.
They're going to let him actually grab the mic, too. This is a big victory, though. Next week, I think the Vikings go on the road. Do they go to DeWitt next week?
DeWitt, yes, next week is the Rumble in D-Town.
The Rumble in D-Town is next week, and that should be a good one. Are you going to that?
Oh, definitely. When the Panthers and Vikings get their schedules, it's the first game they look at.
I wish I was going. But nonetheless, my spirit will be there. As that will probably be the biggest game of the year. Probably will decide the ICL. It does usually every year.
That game seems to decide the ICL. Good point, Andy.
As we see the nice little huddle up there, as Otluski is probably giving some words of encouragement on a good job tonight. The big one is next week. I'm sure that's where their mind has been focusing all year. ready for DeWitt. And, and what can you do to prepare for a team? Because pretty much they know each other like the back of their hands. So what can you do to prepare for a game like that?
Well, the Vikings and Panthers know each other real well, as Coach Otluski has faced some tough DeWitt teams over the year. Actually, it wasn't until the 1998 Silverdome team before he finally got his first victory. That spawned another victory for the 99 team, which many consider to be the greatest Viking team and has a history with Peter Ehrig and Nick Scheibele and numerous stars. That team, of course, was upset in the playoffs by Stevensville Lakeshore. And then last year, DeWitt came in here, won 7-0, decided the ICL. Really, I don't want to say deflated the Vikings because it was still like the third game of the season.
Yeah.
But I remember it was Tony Police with a touchdown pass, 3 minutes left to go in the game.
The slot bucket.
Yeah, of a scoreless effort. So it was kind of disheartening not to win the ICL, but it's definitely going to be a great one in DeWitt next Friday night.
I think that'll be a motivating factor. I look back to when we were here and the little mischievous ongoings that happened over at DeWitt, and I'm sure something like that will probably happen again. But regardless of that, DeWitt is going to be good this year. They lost a lot of players, but they're kind of like the Michigans. They lose players, but they're always good.
Yeah, you can't sell DeWitt short, Andy, because you remember 3 years ago when Hazlitt beat DeWitt. I believe it was something like 48-14. People were saying, okay, this DeWitt team isn't what they used to be. And in '99, we went into DeWitt, and it was like 50-21. People are saying this team's on the decline. They got some new players in there, and now they're right on the top again. They're right on parallel with Hazlitt. And our fans should definitely come out there and support them next Friday night and demonstrate good sportsmanship, as there has been a heated history. Everything seems to be cool with that now, and we expect nothing less from our fans, and they're always there. Class act. So we're gonna go down to Tammy Coates, who's on the field with Coach Otluski. The Tim Doty of Hazlitt is ready to go. Just a minute for you.
Got to make sure it's okay to talk to the boss. Another good win for Otluski tonight, Dom.
We're going to go down to Tammy on the field. Tammy?
I'm Tammy, and I'm here with Coach O. Coach, did Williamston give you a bigger fight than you expected?
Not more than we expected. I figured they were, by looking on tape, that they were a good football team, and Schaefer's he's a very, very good tailback, and so we weren't surprised by anything in terms of how they played.
Okay, is DeWitt going to give you a good? Is DeWitt going to give you a good fight, and what are you going to do to prepare for them next week?
Oh yeah, I think they'll give us more than a good fight. They're right now they're the reigning league champions, and so we have to go over to their place and play awfully well. And they'll be a huge favorite, and we'll be the underdog, but we'll relish that role.
Thanks, Coach O. Good luck next week.
You're
Back
welcome.
to you guys.
Good job.
Thanks, Tammy. We appreciate it. Good insight to next week's contest with DeWitt.
I'm looking forward to it. I wish I could go.
Definitely.
I'll be in South Bend, though.
All right. Well, you have fun, and I'll have fun in DeWitt, where tonight your Vikings win 42-21 over the Williamston Hornets. For Andy Hartman, I'm Dominic Pecoro. We will see you homecoming night against Portland in a couple of weeks. Good night, everybody.